Hi, this is Jules by Jude, and I'd like to tell you what I've been up to. I have been up to visiting the website Wish, W-I-S-H. Wish is a website from primarily China. I'd like to say that I was very tempted and I did order some products from them, and this is one of them. It's a texture plate and it was between $2 and $3 round trip. Basically that was for shipping, and I decided I wanted to give it a shot after I had gotten a request from a friend to give it a shot. So I did. This is the texture plate, and I've ordered some other things, and I'm about to show you those as well. So let's get started. These texture plates generally need to have some type of releasing agent on them, and I'm just using water, and we're going to see how it works out for us. Hopefully it will. I do have some finished pieces, and I'm going to push very hard into this. And the finished products are in my toaster oven, and you will get a chance to see what that looks like. Now really what I'm doing here is I'm just using this texture texture sheet to show you a texture that it put in, and it's a little weak in the center. And the next one I do, because I have 4 of them all together that I'm going to do on just a partial side here. I don't think that the partial side over here, I think this is the weaker center here, and it's not quite as distinctive as I'd like it to be, like all the way through. If I wanted one all the way through, I would not have gotten that. Most of it came out well. Maybe I didn't push it enough. It certainly is thick enough, and the releasing agent was water. Some people use cornstarch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of their cutters, and one of these 4 cutters is what was used, or what will be used, and what was bought from them. Again, these were like $1, I want to say, and they're puzzle pieces. And already there's something I don't like about them. They do fit together. That's a good thing. But it seems like they're too short here for me. So I don't know if they can do their own, but they do fit. Everything fits, if you see that. So if that's what you're looking for, that does work. This is the cutter side. This is the top side. And I'm going to just go ahead and cut through there. Here we go. That went through great. No issues. I just wish that this piece here was further up. Maybe there was some differences there, but because it looks too short to me, maybe it's just me. Sorry. I am picky at times, and most people who know me know that. Now I cut this through. Now this clay is tremendously soft. Let me just say that, okay? So I have an oven behind me. I live in Florida. The room is not that cool, even though I have the air going. I'm going to put this in the center here. These are little tiles that I got, and I bake them on there. Isn't that cute? I like those. Now these I got in an estate sale, but I'm sure you can get them at anywhere. Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. But they work great. They got the same smoothness to these as these do, and they don't take up as much room, and you just kind of shoot it in there. So what I also did, so these work out good, I think. If this is your taste, these cutters. As I said, I just wish that this was out further, if that makes any sense at all. It's out far enough, and I did notice that they're easily bent, but I think most cutters are. They're very affordable. I think you need to be a little bit more gentle. They're very sharp, sharper than the texture plate, I guess. I'm not really sure. We'll just look at the texture plate a little bit more in the next 3, okay? So as I said, this is the puzzle piece. These were $1 at Wish. If you want to wait 6 to 8 weeks, that's your deal. This is Pearl X. And I'm going to place some of this Pearl X on here. This is so gorgeous, this Pearl X. I love, love, love it. And one of the pieces that I'm going to pull out will indeed have Pearl X on it. And one will just have gold. And you'll see that in a second. Now, you know, you don't have to have, I can see the difference in the texture on my piece. But not to the point where it's distracting or looks like it's lesser. It looks fine. So, overall, I'm going to have to give it a thumbs up. I'm not ready yet to say it's great. Remember that even though you don't spend a lot of money, you spend a lot of time waiting. So, we're going to pop that in a little bit. And we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to use the texture plate during the whole procedure here, I think. And spray a little bit of water, releasing agent. I have enough of that. It's going to slide though. Now what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to focus on this side of the texture plate because I think it's deeper. Well, let's see. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to stand up and push it. It's very deep clay and it's soft. So it should be plenty. There it goes. See, it's still not, in fact, it's less. Maybe that's because of the way the clay. That's what we got. So things aren't getting better. So let's see how we, let's use a different cutter. Oh, let's use this one. This is one of my favorite. Let me try to get a good, I don't know. I think I found it. Hold on. Thing is, it feels like it pulled up. And usually you can't get it back on there. So maybe it was too much water. I'm not sure. Let's cut that out. Alright. And there we have it. It's okay. Real weak in here. Real weak in there. I think when the whole piece is together, you can see the differences. And I need to just dab that with some, before I put any mica on that, I need to dab that water off. So let me put a little less water. That may be doing a little bit to it. Alright. I have a feeling you might be dealing with a few bubbles there too. But I can't really tell. If I cut into it now, I'm going to be in trouble. We can't do that. Oh, look how pretty. See how that comes out? You definitely can see your lines, especially in the deeper cuts. See how it does up here, okay? And you can always have nothing wrong with a transition of, not as deep into a deep cut, just like a Skinner blend. So it's all how you look at things, But based on the fact that this mica is working out pretty good in the crevices here, I still have to go with a thumbs up. But I'm still not committed. I don't know why. We'll keep going and we'll see. I don't like to wait 6 to 8 weeks for my products to come in, because usually when I see something I enjoy it. But you know what? I also don't have, thousands and thousands of dollars to be spending on. And not that everybody's cutters cost that much, or texture plates cost that much. Just that we all know that crafts can add up at times. So let's see. I like it. Now what you would do at this point, in order to see it a little bit better, first you close that mic because that stuff will go everywhere. is hopefully you can see the shift in that. Two little bubbles. I'm so tempted to cut them. See, I take a chance when you do that. But then again, you got bubbles, so. Alright, let's check out another piece. We have another piece of clay here. And we have more cutters. So let's do a little bit of, I'm still going to go with this side because I like, you can see the different sizes as well. So what I'm going to do this time is just dab a little. Hopefully that won't affect the texture. And I'm going to push hard. And I slide a little bit, but that's the bottom piece. So let's see. You can almost see that. So let me stand, and I hesitate to do this because I don't want to be digging clay out of the crevices of this out of the crevices of the the plate, which I think I'm going to be doing. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think that standing up issue is definitely making me dig this out. All right, so let's just say at this point that you definitely need to use a releasing agent. And as you can see, and I'm not going to cut this out, I want you to see the mess I've created. And we're going to try it one more time because keep in mind it did work twice, and I do have two very nice pieces in there. Now I pressed really hard, you saw me do that, okay? And I did spray it with water, you saw me do that. So pretty much we got to decide whether or not this is just a normal occurrence or not. But I do have quite a few pieces that did not happen with, so it could be user error. And it probably is user error. But let me try again. I feel like I'm like, let me try again, please. Let me try again. I promise, I'll do better. We'll see. Alright. I'm not going to sit here and dig this out. I'm going to cut some of this out. I'm going to keep some of this here. Okay, guys, I'm back. I want to tell you, I cut part of this out while I cut some of this clay out of the texture plate. Listen. Okay, it probably user error, but we're not going to say that for sure. And that's only because I have 4 or 5 pieces that I did very well, no problem, and did not have to dig it out of the crevices of the texture plate. So it could be the clay, it's scrap clay, it could be the temperature in the room, and the moral of the story is it's going to take longer to decide. But at this point, it pretty much is a success to some degree, and it's iffy on others. So, I mean, if you want a really deep cut, I think that's where the issue is going to lie, okay, with this texture plate. All right, let's try. This is try number 4, and we're going to separate the clay. Keeping in mind that this does happen with many texture plates, so please don't judge too harshly yet. Oh, there we go. Now this almost cut it out, so that's definitely not what I wanted to do, but wow, this is very deep now. Very, very deep. Okay? I don't know what to say other than part of it, clay, temperature, all that good stuff. So let's try one of these cutters that I use from Jessima Tutorials. Samantha, I believe her name is. Very talented, unbelievably talented. Now I'm going to wipe this off so that I don't have too much of an issue. And we are going to use her cutter. And it is a circle donut number 2. And you can get that at her Etsy store and watch her videos as I do. And you'll probably have as good as experience as I do with her items. So I hope you do. Now, what we have to do is push this out a little bit. Okay. This is a very thick piece. And I'm really trying hard not to distort the clay. And I didn't want to use too much water or release agent on this cutter. It's a very good cutter. And very often you can just go ahead and put that back to the way it is. But I can see that it is a little distorted. So I'm going to place that back on to make sure I shape it properly. Okay. And should release better. Now I'll take this knife and take that out of there, and I think we have a really nice piece. Now this is part of the cut of the texture plate. Very deep in this issue. If it's not deep, it's real fine. So it's just a matter of what you like and what you should push. I'm going to put a little bit of the Pearl X and a little bit of the gold mixed together and see what we got. That's going to come out really beautiful. Really like that, guys. I'm going to sand that up a little bit. The clay even worked with me on this one. All the gods lined up. Just kidding, only one God. Only one God. Okay, so there we go. That's what we have. And it looks gorgeous to me. And it will need a little bit of sanding and whatnot. And it's beautiful. It's a great cutter. So, what I'm going to do now is show you the pieces that I already did with this clay, with this texture plate, and with these cutters. And these are those. Now all I have left to do is decide whether or not I'd like to put resin on them. They're done, completed, baked. I'm probably going to put a back on this one especially, and probably on this one as well, and bake again. So there you have it. It's kind of a review on Wish. So you have these pieces that have been cut, that have been textured with some of the Wish products, as you can see. And you will, if my opinion, if it matters, is that it's fine. It's fine. The biggest issue I found is that some of the things are too small or too big. And I can show you those examples at a later time. Now this is a better cutter in my opinion. And I also have another cutter from RJ Crafts that's also better. So, and I also have better texture plates. But if you're looking across the scope of Wish, I would say it's generally not that expensive to give it a try. Go ahead, give it a shot. I want to show you some of these finished products later in maybe this month. But next video is going to be trying Wish canes pre-made. So don't miss it. So thank you. God bless you. If you like this video, like it, share it, and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thank you.